a product or to be able to be rendered a service that you have to pay for. That is what demand is about. So look at what I wrote on the board. Stop writing this. Demand is the amount of goods individuals are willing and able to buy at a given price and time. So there will be the willingness and the ability to buy at every point in time. So the willingness and the ability to buy at any point in time is what we call demand. So individuals are the same as what? Consumers. Is it clear? Do you have any question about demand here? The amount of goods or the quantity of whatever you are able to purchase given the price and at a particular point in time. Then there's a law of demand, which is the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded, and the lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. So it's telling us that there's an inverse relationship. What do I call it? Inverse relationship. Between the price of a product and the quantity demanded for such product. So there's an inverse relationship. There's opposite relationship between price and quantity. So the lower the price, here I wrote, the higher the quantity, the lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. When the price is high, let's go back here. When the price is high, the quantity demanded is what? Low. This is what we call inverse relationship. So it is inverse. That is why the demand curve, which is what? A graph. This is a graph that represents the relationship between the price of a product and what? The quantity demanded of such products. Are you here? Are you here? So there's a relationship between price and quantity, but the relationship is what? Inverse. What do I call it again? Inverse relationship. Because it is when the price reduces, the quantity demanded increases. When the price increases, the quantity demanded reduces. That is inverse, opposite relationship. Do we get it? So here we talked about demand, which is the amount of goods and services firms are willing, or consumers are willing to buy at a particular point in time. We talked about the law of demand, which is when the price is high, the quantity demanded falls. When the price falls, the quantity demanded increases. Are you with me? Then we talked about the demand curve, which is what? Inverse. A graph that represents the relationship between the quantity demanded and the quantity demanded and the price. Now, there's price and there's price relationship. So what happens to price relationship? Look at the graph. Let's assume that this is the price of a product and this is the quantity demanded of such product. Please come to this side. This is the price of a product, and this is the quantity demanded of such product. At this point in time, when the price, let's say the price falls from 10 to 15. When the price falls from 10 to 15, it leads to what we call extension. Extension or expansion. Do you get it? When the price falls from 10 to 5, it expands the quantity demanded from what? 50 to 40 to 50. Do we get it? This is what we call extension, movement along the demand curve. If the price rises from, let's say, from 15 up to 20, this is what we call contraction. What do I call it? Contraction. This is the movement along the demand curve. There's expansion or extension, and there's what? Contraction. Contraction will be as a result of what? An increase in price. Extension or expansion will be as a result of what? A fall in price. Do we get it?
Yes, sir.
Any question about this?
Somehow.
Okay. Here, this is the quantity of a product. This is the price. There are two situations here which has caused movement in the demand curve. There's a movement in the demand curve. This is the demand curve, right? There's a movement here along this curve. What would have caused this movement? The cause of this movement is because of a change in price. So what is a change in price? A change in price could be an increase in price or a reduction in price. So if there is a reduction in price, that means the price falls from 10 to 5. The quantity demanded will increase from what? From 40 to 50. That is expansion, which is a movement along the demand curve. On the other way around, if the price increases from 15 to 20, there's contraction. The quantity demanded will reduce. 15 has how many? 30. And now it has fallen to 20. It has increased. The price has risen to 20. So it will be from 30 to what? 20. This is contraction. So based on this relationship, it shows that the law of demand is right. That when the price falls, the quantity demanded increases. When the price falls from 10 to 5, from $10 to $5, the quantity, this is the price now, the quantity increases from what? From 40 to 50. This is quantity, and this is price. This is the original price, this is the new price. This is the original quantity, this is the new quantity. Do we get this? On the other way around, if the price increases from 15 has how many? $15. 15 to 20, right? So the quantity from 15 is what?
It's 30.
30, yes. Price increases from 15 to 20. The quantity is 30.
It will be 20.
And it's what? 20. So this is price, and this is what? Quantity. So, a reduction in price increases the quantity demanded. An increase in price reduces the quantity demanded. That is inverse relationship. Is it clear?
Yes.
Any question about this?
No.